and welcome to my channel. My name is Tori Kareni. My legal name is Victoria, but I do like to go by Tori Kareni. And if you see me looking that way, I'm just trying to make sure my phone doesn't cut off while I'm filming, so I don't have to do this again and again and again. Um, I wanted to make this video to introduce myself and to give a little bit of a background on what I want my channel to be based on, share my story and who I am a little bit so you guys can get to know me and for you guys to hopefully like, subscribe, to follow my journey and to reach other people who might be going through the same thing that I'm going through. So, let's get into it. Um I am 28 years old and I recently moved from Florida to West Virginia. This move happened back in January of this year. And I'm currently 9 months pregnant. I also have a 4-year-old toddler who has been the center of my life for the last 4 years. And a little bit about the story with my son is I went through a lot of mental abuse from his father. We had a very toxic relationship. We separated when my son was 2 months old. 2 months old, not 2 months old. And ever since then, it's been constant, just fighting, miscommunication. So I had enough of that. I mean, I know that God put him in my path so I could grow and change because I feel like I was way too comfortable where I was before my son. And well, my son has completely changed my life for the better. Waking up early, keeping a job, uh, lots of partying. I mean, I became someone who my old self would never think, honestly. So, even though I did suffer a lot with my son's father, I'm grateful because it did shape me to who I am today. And I wouldn't be this person, this persona, if I wouldn't have gone through that season in my life. So, fast forward for 20 to 2023, I met my now husband, which if you're a single mom, you know that dating as a single mom is hard. And one thing my son's father would tell me all the time is no one will ever love you as a single mom. Your womb is used. No one will ever want a used womb. No one will ever want to marry you. Blah, 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 blah. All of these things, which at the time I did believe were true until my husband came along and changed that narrative inside of my head and gave me a different perspective to life. Um, he was living here in Virginia while I was living in Florida, and we made the long distance relationship work, surprisingly. Um, Back in last year, 2024, I said, enough is enough. I am tired of arguing with this person who does not add any value to my life. I want to leave. And I spoke with my now husband and told him, let's get an apartment. Let's try living together. Let's build a life together because I love you. You love me. And well, let's see where this goes. If it doesn't work out with you, then I guess I'm meant to be alone for the rest of my life. That's what I literally told him. Well, fast forward to, I want to say like October of last year, we started looking at apartments in Virginia, and well, I didn't like any of them. Um, so I started talking to my parents about the idea of moving up here, and well, they they took the decision honestly to make the investment of purchasing a second home because their home in Florida was paid off, is paid off, is paid off. So they decided to make the investment and purchase this second home here in West Virginia, and we would take over the mortgage, which at the end of the day, it worked out. I mean, I have a very large family. When I say large, I mean like when we get together, it's at least 16, 20 people, and that is just family. Like literally family that will always be there no matter what. So, very blessed on that side. So I knew I needed the space because when they would come up here to visit me, they would all be staying with me. So my parents said, "You're gonna need a bigger house because when we go up there, we're gonna need a place to stay, and we want to stay with you, and we want to go and visit you very often because we I'm the first person to ever step out of that comfort zone of leaving Florida, to be frankly honest with you. When we migrated from Honduras, the first and only state we ever lived at was Florida. And so, yeah, I'm honestly the first person to ever leave Florida, which it was very scary, but very exciting at the same time because for years, and I mean years, I had been wanting to leave Florida. I never felt like I belonged in Florida. And don't get me wrong, I loved to party, to club, but it wasn't my scene. I never felt welcomed there. I never felt like it was home. So my parents ended up, investing into this home, and we ended up closing in February of this year, which closing a house, it's such a pain. I mean, I never want to do it again. I will die in this house. Okay. I don't ever want to move. I don't want to buy another house. It's such a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. Well, let me not say never. I might want to buy more properties in the future for my children, but as of right now, I don't want to go through that ever again for right now. Back in February, before we closed this house, my partner and I decided to get married, you know, very spontaneously, to be honest with you. We just said, hey, we're moving in together. We should do this the right way. So let's get married. And we did. We got married in February. Um, and nothing fancy, nothing crazy. I mean, we went to the courthouse, got our license, and we were getting married the next day. We went to Texas Roadhouse for a dinner. Sadly, I couldn't have all my family members during that time because it just happened from literally one day to the next. um, but we still had a lot of fun and we still enjoyed our dinner, our time together, and our ceremony. Um, and yeah, I mean, we still hadn't closed in the house. We closed on the house, I want to say like February 9th, and we were moving in on February 10th because I was staying with my uncles in Maryland, so I needed to leave. I needed this house to close ASAP because my son was staying with his father back in Miami and he needed to drop him off here because that was one of like, the conditions he gave me, you can move, but I need to meet your husband and I need to see where you're going to be living at. And I said, yeah, that's fine, totally fine. You can come in. I have nothing to hide. We have nothing to hide. Come see the house. You're going to love it. It's a better place for Cartier to grow. There's a huge backyard. We have a room for him. I mean, this is a place I would want my son to grow up in. Better than Miami, that's for sure. For kids. Um and well, I remember that was the Super Bowl weekend, and he came, dropped him off. Everything seemed fine. I mean, hugged my husband, gave my husband, I guess, his blessing, and went about his way. Didn't give me any crap about it. He just kind of got lost and drifted away to his own thing. And yeah, my husband and I, for from February and March, we live in March and April. We lived, no, actually, February and March. We had a very fruitful life. I mean, I was living on top of the world. I felt like I was winning at every aspect of my life. I had my dream job. I'm so grateful that my bosses gave me my position that I had in Miami to be able to work from home, because I kind of had a hybrid position back in Miami. So they trusted me to go remote full time, and I am so grateful, so blessed, and I know that. And yeah, I mean, I got my dream position to be able to finally work from home. I got this wonderful, beautiful big house. I got married. I have my son with me. My son is healthy, he's thriving. I mean, checklist, everything checked at once. I was living on top of the world. Then, someday in March, we got a weird knock in the door. And, like the police knocks on your door, like they will usually say, your city name, police, department, we just want to ask some questions, something. This person never identified themselves. They never said anything. They just went around the house and checked. We never got to see who it was, to be honest with you. And this is going to matter in a little bit. But ever since that time, I felt like they were watching my house. And I don't ever want to wish that feeling onto anyone. Having that feeling that someone is watching your every move is just so horrible, honestly. So, back in March 19th, my husband was stopped, um, and he, didn't have a license. He was driving from work back home. Um, and I mean, the cop had been following him for like 10 miles before he actually made a stop. So it just made me wonder, like, what did they have on him? Did they have, facial recognition about something? I don't know. I don't know. But that always stood in the back of my mind. Um, he was released, thankfully, but he had to go to court for the ticket that they gave him. And, well, fast forward to May, we had just found out I was pregnant. Very bittersweet moment. Bittersweet because, I mean, we had just gotten this house, we had just gotten married, and so, and the whole shebang. And I end up pregnant. It was a very hard thing. I won't lie to you. My husband was over the moon. Over the moon. And actually, my son called it. He would touch my belly and be like, Mommy, there is a baby there. And I would be like, no, Cartier, there's no baby there. Don't even think about it. But it turns out there was a baby there. um, and so my husband had court in May 19th, and I couldn't leave the courthouse with him. He was detained because, well, he had um, he had been deported a couple of years back and came back into the U.S. And well, um, yeah, he just he was detained right there and there, and I'm so sorry. My son is screaming. He's playing video games right now. And well, ever since May 19th, he has been detained um, on Homeland Security. And yeah, I mean, we had just found out I was pregnant. Uh, that was like so tough for me to accept at the time. And I mean, I just thought to myself, what am I going to do? I can't cover this mortgage by myself. I can't cover everything by myself. Ugh, I mean, the reaction was very tough. But little by little, things have just been falling into place. And, well, I had gone to this this pregnancy clinic in Hagerstown, Maryland, where I had to verify my pregnancy with them so I could apply for, the pregnancy Medicare and all of that good stuff. And, when you go to these places, they ask you if you're living in a good space, if you have food for yourself, if you're being abused in any way. And, well, um, I was going through so much that I had to talk to somebody about what was going on with my husband's situation. And well, they gave me the most encouraging words ever. They prayed with me, they prayed for me. And yeah, I mean, they gave me this beautiful love box that contained a book and a little onesie. And this book basically talked about this program called Embrace Grace, which I'm going to go into that a little bit deeper in other videos. But basically, I started at the pregnancy clinic and ended up at the church I'm currently going to, who connected me to Embrace Grace, which was such a beautiful cycle, to be honest with you. I still go to that church and I feel so welcomed. My life wouldn't be where I am mentally, physically, without having that church. And even though they don't know me, not everybody knows me there, but going there every Sunday fulfills me spiritually to the point where I have so much peace in my heart to carry not only this child, but also my toddler and myself while going through all of this. Cardi, please. Be quiet, my love. Be quiet, my love. Cardi, please. Lower your voice, my love. Lower your voice. Lower your voice, sweet bug. Please. Yes, no screaming. Okay, no screaming, sweet bug, please. So, like I was saying, it's been very tough the last couple of months, but nothing I haven't been able to get through. I didn't know I was gonna cry during this video, to be honest with you. So, like I was saying, if it wasn't for that church, I think I would be so lost. So lost. I mean, I have found community in a place where I least expected it to find community. I have found friends at parks, family members, my mother in law, my brother in law. They have been such a big help throughout all of this because this pregnancy has not been easy at all. I have cried. I have asked, why? Why would you give me everything I ever dreamed of and then take it away all of a sudden? I mean, I just didn't understand. I didn't understand. But I am realizing that this is part of the bigger plan. And I think if I wouldn't have gone through what I went through with my son's father, I wouldn't be ready for this specific moment in my life. So, yeah. Uh, then fast forward to, I want to say like June, July. Uh, my son's father's second baby mama called me out of the blue to, talk to me about what was going on between them. Basically, that they were separating, and to tell me that um, he was like going through a very rough path, and that he was the one who made the report on my husband with Homeland Security, which, I mean, when she said that, I kind of just laughed. I my first reaction was laughing because, I mean, it all made sense at that point. It all made sense at that point. He was the only person aside from my family who had my address. Cardi, Cardi, please. Papi, please. No, go downstairs and sing the song, my love. I want to sing song. Mama's working.
Look, try it.
No, I'm good.
Mama.
Okay, thank you. Uh, did you finish downstairs? Go downstairs and finish up, please.
I'm me. Kiss. Kiss.
Okay. Go downstairs and finish up. They're gonna get ready for bed now. I love you. Cardi, please. Son, go.
Is it?
Go.
Ooh. New one.
Yes, go.
I never take it.
Okay, go.
I will open this. Like it. I like it.
Cardi, that's it.
Wait, Bob?
Okay, go. Go downstairs, please. Go downstairs, please. Cardi, downstairs now.
Yes.
Thank you. Cardi, keep it down, please. Keep it down. Thank you. Well, perks of living with a toddler. You don't know what you're getting. Um, so my initial reaction was to laugh because, I mean, it all made sense. The cop or whoever it was coming to knock on my door and not identify themselves. This is when this administration started doing everything that they've been doing with the deportations and the ICE raids and all of that. So it all makes sense. I'm sure they took a picture of my tags. Um, and that is why they followed my husband for the amount of time they did. So, or at least that's the explanation I'm giving myself to understand. I'm someone who likes to have an answer to almost everything if I could. If not, forget it. But that came to me, that was revealed to me out of nowhere when I least expected it. And I was very grateful, honestly, for getting that information. And well, you know, I told my husband, first of all, I mean, I felt like complete crap because I had brought, I pulled that energy still into my husband's lives. And I felt kind of guilty for bringing this person into my husband's life, and ruining my husband's life the way it did. And it just it just shined this thing in my life where I knew I had to let go of this rock that was tied to my ankle, and I kept pulling, pulling, pulling. I mean, for years I felt bad for my son's father because, one, he was my son's father. I always felt like, oh, like we kind of have to get along. And I've always been the kind of person that I lead by love, I lead by treating people nice even when they don't deserve it. I'd rather ignore people than be mean or petty to them. But this this took it to another level of You messed with the one thing, the one thing that brought so much happiness, aside from my son, you know? But you saw that I was happy and you didn't like it. You saw that I was turning my life around and you didn't like it. So you had to mess it up one way or another. That's how I saw it. And it just switched this mindset in me. And I didn't hate him. I don't hate him. I don't feel bad for him anymore. I pray for him and I let him go. Um, so recently my husband was sentenced because now the way the Homeland Security system is being done is you have to serve time um, after for re-entering the country. And well, he was sentenced for 13 months. So once he's done with his sentence, he's going to go into Homeland Security and then we can fight his immigration case there, which I believe and hope that we have a strong case for us to win. And I have so much hope and belief that he will come back home to us. It's that faith that moves me and that wakes me up every single day. Not only for myself, but for my kids and for him too, because even though I'm outside, I know that he's not going through mentally the easiest things in life. I mean, having to meet your child through a screen basically when our son is born is something no one deserves, you know? Unless you've done like really terrible things, then we might have to talk about it or discuss it even further. But for the stuff that they're doing to people right now, it's just, it's not worth it. It's not, it's just not. But yeah, um, the point of making this YouTube channel and videos and my social media overall is to show people that even at your most vulnerable, most harsh season, you can still build something beautiful. And I know that the future is going to look so much brighter for us because, one, my son's father is no longer in our lives. Not that he died or anything. Um, he apparently left the US and is not planning on coming back. So that's another case on its own. And, I feel like maybe this had to happen in order for me to cut him out completely out of our lives and for us to finally have a life without me being pulled back into that life. Me being pulled back into that energy of someone mistreating me, someone telling me stuff that I don't deserve, you know? So, yeah, I this has been a very rough season, like I've said many times. But again, I have so much hope, so much faith for what the future holds for us. I don't know what the future holds for us, but I just know that it will be bright. I know that the world right now is going through a lot of changes with technology, with, everything happening outside of us, with our government and everything. And I have so much faith that, us as a community, us, the people, we're waking up and standing up for ourselves, and we're having more faith in ourselves. And I mean, I've seen so many videos out there actually that people are noticing that, watching so many news, scrolling on social media mindlessly, and watching short term content is not good for you. And I'm happy because I have been saying that for years, for a couple of years now. It's not good for us to be consuming so much information all at once. But I feel like there's changes coming, some really good ones, some not so good, but that's okay because at the end of the day, I know that we'll be okay. And my word of advice for anyone that is going through a very rough season right now is to keep your faith that things will work out at the end of the day. Things will fall into its place, whether that's where it originally was in a better format or in a new place in an even better format than you expected it. Just keep your eyes open, keep your heart open to new opportunities, to new self discovery, because I know I have discovered so much of myself during this last couple of months. Going through this pregnancy alone has been a very big struggle. I won't lie to you. Working from home, taking care of my toddler, because let's face it, daycare is so expensive. Um, I've tried to homeschool my son, but pregnancy has kicked my butt, and I haven't been able to keep up. But I am hoping that once I give birth, uh, I'm able to shift a little bit of this YouTube channel into showing my life, working from home full time, and homeschooling while taking care of a newborn and taking care of myself and taking care of the household, you know, doing everything at once. It just sounds crazy, because even when you think you have everything, we just want more and more. Like just a couple of weeks ago, I was thinking like I need to go and out there and make more money. And then I started thinking to myself, okay, first of all, you can't go out and get another job because Cartier is not in daycare right now and he's not in school. You are giving birth very soon. So that's not feasible. What else can you do to make money? And honestly, I am still asking myself that question because I feel like I am over capacity with everything I have going on, that I just gotta make what I have work for me right now. And thankfully, my parents have been a very, very big support through all of this. Um, I know that I'm very blessed to have that support. And I mean, I'm hopeful that I can make something out of social media, not just monetize it, but be able to grow this into something and become someone who motivates people out there from my story. Um, I don't know where this is going to take me, take us, but I know that this is going to lead into a really good path. I have prayed and prayed, and I've been called to do this. And well, I'm going to give it my shot. I'm going to give it my all. And yeah, I mean, if you guys like the content, like and subscribe and come back for more content. I mean, I'm getting ready to start nesting in the house. So I think for the next 10 days, I'm going to start making videos talking about a certain subject. And while I nest, while I get the house ready for this new baby coming up, and well, document my life after that because I have goals and I have this vision of myself once I give birth. And I really want to document it to hopefully motivate someone. My thing is, I want to motivate someone, just even if it's just one person. I want to motivate someone because it just takes that one, that little bit of a motivation to get the change started for somebody else. So, yeah, if you've made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for the bottom of my heart for sticking with me and listening to my ramble. And yeah, come back for more content. The next 10 days will be all about nesting and getting the house ready. And well, I pray that this video lands on someone that needs to hear my story, to see that even though you are broken, things can be okay. And I know that I have a big privilege on my end. I can never deny that. But even if you're struggling worse than I am, I just pray that you seek the word of whatever you believe in, you know? Seek the word, fill your cup spiritually, and seek community. We need community. We need it. We need community. We need to interact with other human beings to fulfill that human part of ourselves, which is the beauty of being human. So, again, I want to thank you for staying with me, listening to me ramble. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, and thank you. I look forward to seeing your comments to see who made it towards the end. And yeah, sending you guys lots of love, big hugs, and lots of kisses. Take care.